Hello and welcome to our webinar this evening. Today we are helping you to navigate business resources. We're doing this for a number of reasons, especially here in Central Ohio. We have a lot of business resources, but a lot of times women and individuals, business owners don't know where to go for what services. So we are taking the time to go through not only state, but also federal and other helpful tools and resources to help you start, grow, and manage your business. My name is Noni Banks. I am the CEO and president of the Diva Movement. So just a little bit about some of our services. We are a business development organization for women entrepreneurs, primarily in years 1 through 5 of their business. We provide business development workshops, webinars like the one you're listening to right now, business mentoring sessions. So we sit down with women face to face, help you not only to understand where you need to be, identifying some of the barriers, some of the resources and tools that you need to take your business to where you would like for it to be. So we help you, prioritize and set goals and get a strategy for getting your business to the place, to a good place. We also provide business tools and resources. So we have a lot of online resources, a library of information to help you navigate, again, some of the things that are out there. And then, of course, we have our female-focused networking events and signature events that we put on throughout the year. We'll host anywhere between 10 and 12 events per year. So we're going to start first with Ohio. So the first resource that we're going to talk about today is the Ohio Business Gateway. And also, before we begin talking about this, I want to help you all understand, number one, not to get overwhelmed, because there is a lot of information that we're going to share over the course of the series of these navigating the small business resource webinars. But when you think in terms of what's out there, okay, you're going to think of, okay, first of all, where are you right now? So what are the goals that you have for your business? Where are you financially? Where are you, in terms of your business growth and development? Where are you with your skill level, your skill set level? You need to assess all those types of things before you try and figure out which is going to be the best resource for you to tap first. So for those of you who have more money than time, well, okay, although I'm a huge advocate of if it's free, and it's free and it's easy to access and you don't have a lot of money, definitely take advantage of this. Here's the trade-off, okay? If it's a free resource, it's going to require you to do more. So people are going to give you the tools, the packet, the information, but then you need to then go home and implement a lot of those things that they are giving you, okay? So if you don't have a lot of money, but you have the time, the free resources are really going to be valuable to you, because then you are able to go back and actually do those things. Again, assessing the time availability, assessing your skill level. Now, on the other hand, if you have more money than you have time, well then, okay, let me see what they offer. Let me see what I'm willing to pay for someone else to do, but I still want to get an understanding of the resources that are out there. So those are the things that you'll consider throughout this time that we're going through these resources. Again, there are a lot of resources. You will start to hear some duplication of services. You're not going crazy. There are agencies that do some of the same things. Again, think about, and we'll talk toward the end of this one, is this a good fit for you? Is this where I should start first? Okay. Okay, so let's get back to the Ohio Business Gateway. So this is where Ohio businesses can use the gateway to access various services, submit transactions and payments with many state agencies. Okay, this is like a one-stop shop for you to pay for, things that have to do with like your vendor's license, your sales and use tax, your commercial activity or unemployment compensation tax. These are the places where you'll register, file, and pay for it. So in the past, there were all these various agencies that had all these separate websites, and you had to figure out where to go for what. So this is the state's effort to centralize a lot of these services, okay? So this is a digital platform only. This is not something where you go into an office to access. And of course, it's going to ask you to set up a username and password. So this is an actual screenshot of the gateway. And in your email that you received your link to the webinar, you will also have a link to those resources, okay? So the next one we're talking about is the Small Business Development Centers. And if you've been to any of our events, we partner with a lot of these agencies because we like to bring people to our events so that you have a face and a name, and you know, a lot of times it's so you know, there's all this bureaucracy around these state and government agencies, and we're just like, who do I talk to? I need a face, I need a name of someone who can help me. So that's why we like to bring these agencies to our events so that you can get to know them and what they do. So the Small Business Development Center has fostered a strong climate for small business growth since 1985. So they partner with many local partners, colleges, universities, economic development agencies, chambers of commerce, and other community organizations. Our SBDC is housed in Columbus State, one of the buildings in Columbus State, thus going back to those partnerships. So they work to develop a lot of community partnerships, a lot of academic partnerships, private sector partnerships, so that they can really build a strong development center, thus offering 99% of these services free of charge or very, very low cost, okay? So now the U.S. Small Business Administration, the SBA, administers the SBDC's some of their funds, and they kind of get the reports from them. If you haven't caught on by now, the government loves acronyms. So the SBDC is the Small Business Development Center, and the SBA is the Small Business Administration, which is a federal agency. So these SBDCs offer one-stop assistance to individuals and small businesses. So some of their programs include free one-on-one business counseling, helping you identify access to capital. Now, they are not going to give you money, but they can help you look for different funding opportunities. Again, they have a lot of partners. Even in the banking industry, they work with a lot of those people so that they can actually give you a real human being to talk to, okay? Inventory control assessment, marketing feasibility, research, and marketing strategy development, workshops, trainings, and programs. So I included a slide of just some of the events that they do. Now, keep in mind, this is a statewide agency, so there are events throughout the state, but primarily they're doing the same types of events in each city. So again, this is one that they do: certification in business resource, workshop, helping DBEs, EDGE, MBEs. We'll cover that in some sessions coming up, on how to educating these businesses on how to do business with the government, getting loan assistance, marketing, business plans, different things like that. So again, going back to building strong businesses, helping you start on a solid foundation. They do a wonderful, I believe it's several weeks program, or a couple weeks, called the BASE workshop. And they really do a deep dive into what it means to start a business, from tax requirements, legal business structure, marketing, writing a business plan, access to financing. So they do an excellent job on this. It is primarily in the evenings. And so those are some of the programs and workshops that they offer. One of the other things that they offer is an export assistance network. and that provides export assistance for new to export businesses, as well as to existing exporters looking to expand into new markets. So some of the services they offer here: export readiness assessment. When you're ready to do business abroad, give them a call. Export documentation. Things are different. Cutting through red tape. Understanding what it takes to do business internationally. Market research and strategies. Trade mission preparation. Export compliance education. Export financing. Cultural and language assistance. Learning how to do business with different cultures, they have different business etiquette practices and things like that. Logistics. So those are just a sample of some of the things that they can help you with if you are looking to export some of your products. Or even, hey, am I ready to export? How can I get ready to do this? Okay, I really encourage you to reach out after you finish going through this webinar. Reach out, introduce yourself to the people at these agencies, tell them what you do, tell them what assistance that you're looking to have. You know, make sure you attend events where they are presenting or they are hosting events, so that you can actually start to build relationships with the individuals at these organizations or these agencies. So the next resource we're talking about is the First Stop Business Connection. And this is the easiest way to learn about starting a business in Ohio with the free state level information you need to get started or continue on your entrepreneurial journey. So they have a lot of different resources. They have startup kits. They have different resources to help you manage your business and grow your business. This is a screenshot of their website. Again, startup guides, hiring guides. So I also wanted you to see some of the first stop checklists they have. So these are checklists. It goes through a variety of different types of businesses, and they provide you a PDF of what you need to get started. So a lot of people ask me, what do I need to do to open up a daycare? I want to have a home health business. What do I need to do? I want to start, a tax preparation company. What do I do? The government has already put, or the state has already put these checklists in place to help you, be compliant so you don't start a business and then have to shut down because you were out of order, but also give you an understanding of what it really takes. Again, money-wise and time-wise. This is just another example. This is a advertising and marketing company. The checklist, okay? Here's where you go for consumer protection information. Here's where you go for the FTC to make sure that you're following those regulations. They put different telephone numbers and resources. How do you get your vendor's license? So it's all right here, so you don't have to guess, and you don't have to, starting a business and running a business has some form of trial and error, but if you can have access to information first, it will save you a lot of, what I want to say, time and money. Okay? Perfect. So the next resource, the Minority Business Assistance Center, MBACS, okay? Another acronym. So MBACS work with entrepreneurs and emerging business enterprises to help them achieve, scale, and market their business. So the primary goal is to help small, minority-owned, and disadvantaged businesses contribute to job creation and economic growth. So here's the difference. MBACS, their primary goal, now that's not saying that they will not help all businesses. They are state funded, so they will help you if you do not fall in these categories. However, their goal to help, so they have been charged with a goal, and their goal is to help small, minority-owned, and disadvantaged businesses. So now when we start talking about that small minority-owned disadvantaged business, and again, further in our series, we'll start talking about certifications, but they are going to primarily work with owners of existing businesses, startups, certified minority business enterprises, otherwise known as MBEs, certified encouraging diversity, growth, and equity, or EDGE, and socially and economically disadvantaged businesses, okay? So MBEs, EDGE, and economically disadvantaged, okay? So that's the population that they primarily work with. So some of the services that they offer: accounting assistance, first time we heard that one, right? Business management counseling. Okay, again, that's a crossover with SBDC. Completing federal, state, and local certification applications. That's a biggie. That's a biggie. So helping you complete those certification applications, MBACs. Contract procurement assistance. So once you're certified as a minority or women-owned or EDGE company, how do you get the contracts? So they're going to help you with that. Estimating and bidding assistance. I can't tell you how valuable that is. When I owned a construction company, you talk about trial and error, I was doing the best that I could. However, now I didn't go to MBAC for this, but I wish I had, okay? So take it from someone who wished they had used their services, because a lot of it was a shot in the dark, but then a lot of it was me building relationships with these purchasing and contract people to help understand that process. But if you don't have to go through that, why? Go call MBAC, get some help with estimating and bidding. They also help identify local resources, loan packaging assistance, marketing plan development, and referral to financial assistance programs. Again, these individuals who are working with MBAC, who are working at MBAC, have relationships with people who you want to know. So again, reach out to them, introduce yourself, let them know who you are, what your business goals are, and tell them how they can help you reach them, because that's their goal. They're there for free to help you, okay? So the next one we're talking about is the Department of Administrative Services. Again, state of Ohio. They have a goal to maximize contracting opportunities through certification of minority-owned, women-owned, and socially and economically disadvantaged businesses, and certifying veteran-owned businesses. Okay, so these, again, we're talking MBEs, WBEs, EDGEs, VBEs, okay? They are responsible for that certification process, so getting you certified. Now, they are not going to walk you through the certification process. They are there to certify you. So you submit your application to them for certification. They will then, if you need help, if you need someone to sit down with you to go through the certification process or application, that's when you go to MBAC. So you see how these agencies are relatable, or, you know, but they don't all do the same thing. So when you think about the Department of Administrative Services, they do not necessarily help with holding your hand through the process. They will answer very general questions for you, but if you really need someone to provide that counseling, they are not the people to go to. You would reach out to MBAC and ask them for some help with the certification process, okay? Let's see. So they also maintain a searchable database of certified businesses. So when you become certified, which is also an excellent tool, marketing tool, because your name is out there. So when you become certified, a lot of the big companies that have the major contracts are looking for minority-owned disadvantaged owned or disadvantaged businesses to do business with. So they want to subcontract with you. So they also maintain this resource of searchable certified businesses. They also monitor business compliance with certification regulations. So once you become certified, there are more paperwork. Okay, when you think of Department of Administrative Services, the name says it all. They're more paperwork, they're more, data-driven information type of agency. And then they also implement program rules and conduct trainings. We have a wonderful contact and partner in Bobby Bartholomew, who works there. She has been at a lot of our events. She will be at the expo again next year. She is an excellent resource. She helped me certify. She's a wealth of knowledge. Again, a real face, a real person working for the state of Ohio who really wants to see small business win. So it's very refreshing when you get to build relationships with people who really have your best interest at heart. Again, reach out, introduce yourself. Okay, next we are talking about the Procurement Technical Assistance Centers. Ready for the acronym? PTAC. They help Ohio businesses compete for federal, state, and local government contracts. So they will match local businesses with contract opportunities. They'll research past contracts and help clients prepare bids and navigate requirements and assist clients after winning the contracts. Again, it's not just about certifying, not just about getting the contract, keeping the contract, building the relationships with people in the prime contractors and other big companies who have these contracts, who are looking for subcontractors. So it's a full circle process when we talk about this certification, but we're not going to get into that today. But PTAC can help you with those types of things. I didn't put that on here, but one of the things that they do is the matchmaker program, and I'll include the link in it's not a program, it's an event. The link in your email. They do an event where you get face-to-face with the agencies, the companies who are looking to do business with you. And you have an opportunity to tell them about yourself. You have an opportunity to get information from them and learn what's coming up in the next 1 to 5 years, and really start building those relationships. So PTAC, they do have an event that they offer, and I'll make sure that I include that link in there for you. So just a couple of tips before we wrap up the resources that we're discussing right now. Pace yourself. There are a lot of resources out here. You cannot get to them all in one day, in 1 week, in 1 month. Start with the end in mind. What are the goals that you have for your business? Where do you want to be in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? Okay, how am I going to get there? What are my objectives or steps to get here? Oh, I need money. Okay, so now I need to go and talk to maybe the SBDC about access to capital. Okay, now I found my lender. I found someone who's willing to work with me. Now I'm going to go over to MBAC and I'm going to have them package my loan together. Okay, great. I found the funding for my equipment that I needed to secure these big contracts. Now I'm going to go over to PTAC and I'm going to ask them to help me get connected to people who might do business with me. Okay, so again, Rome wasn't built in a day. So you can't expect to get all these resources and connect with all these people within a short period of time. Pace yourself, set goals, figure out what you need to do, figure out again if you have more time or you have more money. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is look at the right fit. So there are a lot of agencies that are doing similar things. Go to, again, meet with them and say, hey, I worked pretty well with this agency because they also do 3 or 4 of the other things that I'm looking to have done. Or, okay, I like this agency B's approach because I only need one thing, and they're very technical, matter of fact, and that's all I need. So again, everything is not for everybody. Every agency, every resource is not for everyone. You have to go where you feel comfortable and where you know that you can get the information that you need to grow. Okay, so again, reach out, have a meeting with them, go in there and meet with them, go to one of their events, introduce yourself. So you really want to go where you can say, okay, I can have a good relationship, working relationship. This is going to help my business grow. Okay, we talked about setting goals. And then lastly, you know what? You're just going to have to do it. No one's going to come to your office. No one's going to come to your house and say, hey, can you come on out and learn about doing a business plan? Or, hey, can I please help you put together your marketing plan? Or, at the end of the day, it's all going to be about you, about what you're willing to do, what you're willing to put into your business, into yourself, into your investing in yourself and your business. What you put in is what you get out. Okay, so there's no magic bullet. Entrepreneurship is great, but it's rough sometimes, and it requires you to work long hours, and it requires you to sacrifice, some time and some money, and because you have a vision for where you want to be. So I hope these resources were of great value to you. Again, visit them, look at them in your link, click on them, download some of those guides if you're further along in your business. It's always great to do, a check. Go on those websites, introduce yourself to some of the people in those agencies, set up some coffee appointments, sign up for one of the events. But I really am going to encourage you to do one thing every week to reach out and really take advantage of the resources. Again, we do these types of webinars and workshops and events to help you grow. We want to make sure that this is beneficial to you and that we are really helping you get to where you need to be. All of the people, a lot of the agencies that we're talking about in these webinars will be at the Women's Wealth and Wellness Expo. You will have an opportunity to sit down with them face to face in speed networking rounds to get to know them, introduce yourselves. Go to our website, make sure you check out the expo and start to plan for that time, and really, start planning now where you want to be the following year for your business. So we want to encourage you, and we will be in touch with you for our next webinar soon. Have a wonderful evening.